Are you ready? It's that show. It's that show you've heard about. It's that show you tell your friends about. It's that show you don't want to miss.
Co-host Paige.
Yes.
Oh, you a little busy with bartender over there?
Just passed on the drink.
So this is our last show of the season.
I know. It's been a whirlwind, right?
The +1 series has.
Yes, yeah.
We started out with why don't women give up their happiness for family and stuff, and we done been through the.
Started out with the youngin.
Oh, that's right. We started out with he got the information from within himself.
I don't know what to ask for. That sounds like me.
I'm like, that sounded like you made it up to me. I'm like, what you mean?
So, yeah.
What's your most memorable show so far?
Probably Ben.
Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben was crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah,
It didn't change after that day.
He didn't change.
He didn't change. So, all right. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to say hey to California out there since they're our #1 viewers. Hey, California. Got to say hey to Chicago. You know, 'cause that's my place. But, yeah. And Georgia's in the, I got to say hey to Georgia because, you know, they in the top 10. And we always want Tyler to be watching. Hey, Tyler! All right. Hey, Aaron. How you doing?
I'm perfect.
You perfect. Oh, it sounds like a man, don't it? Sounds just like a man, right? All right, so we gonna go ahead and get started. You got the timing going on? All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. What is question number 1?
You see, let me go through these notes of mine.
Oh, see, now you got to take some notes. See?
Okay. This is my favorite one.
Okay.
So, question is, why does most women like the man that don't like them more than they actually like the man that actually like them?
Okay, so let's see. Who should we break in first?
Let's break in the scary one.
This is. Oh, that must be you. Go ahead, Amanda.
It ain't me.
Trying to hear this.
First, I can't speak for other women. I can only speak for myself.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think it's just circumstances. I guess you won't know until you experience, you know, that person. You can, you know, test it out and say, hey, I like you. You like me? Then I guess in my situation, it would be like, oh, you don't like me? Well, I'm gone.
Okay.
I don't chase men that aren't into me.
Okay.
All right. Then you
Is
good?
that good enough? Do I need to expand?
No.
If you want to expand, you probably got a few minutes. But otherwise,
Because majority do.
Is
But-
that
but you say you
understandable?
don't.
Because
Yeah.
okay, because the goal here tonight is to gain some understanding. Is that understandable?
okay. All right. Let's go on over. Tatiana, come on. Why do say the question again?
So, I'm gonna dumb it down. Basically, like a lot of women like the men that don't like them or don't show them attention versus the men that actually probably putting in the work to show them that they like them.
Like she said, I don't know. I can't speak for every woman, but I am an attention person. So if you're not showing attention, I don't gravitate towards you. If you're not paying attention to me, I'm not gravitating towards you. So I don't really like who don't like me, because if you don't like me, I'm not liking you. I don't even give you a chance to even get in that field. That's the only way we would even attract, is if you would attain attraction to me. Yeah, because that's just kind of just who I am. I gain attraction consciously and unconsciously, but if you're not literally gradually attracted to me, then I'm
It's
not.
a no-go.
It's definitely a no-go.
Paige, I'm gonna hop in here before you this time.
Okay.
So I think on a general scale,
Yeah, that's what.
I think it's about attraction. So the reason that a woman might give a man that don't like her more attention than one that do like her? Because she don't like the one that's giving her attention. Why the man giving her attention if she ain't giving him no attention? You know, that goes both ways. Because if I don't like you, it doesn't matter how much attention you give me. As a matter of fact, if you give me too much attention, I'm going to get a restraining order because I don't like you.
Right.
Okay? That's how that goes. So that's the best answer I got. What you got, co-host Paige?
So I'm thinking general as well. So I do know that there are a lot of women that like men that don't like them, right? And sometimes it's the challenge, right? Sometimes, like X said, it's an attraction. So sometimes they're not attracted to the men that don't like them. Sometimes they like the men that everybody likes. Some, you know, some people are they gravitate to what is the popular, right? And so if he's the most popular, then they may gravitate to him because he is, versus the one that's shy or introverted, or as they call the nerd or the square or what have you. Sometimes women are looking for a thrill that they don't really need, you know, on that level from what they're about to go through with the one that they chasing that don't like them, you know. So that's how I think. I mean, most people, you're trying to give the attention to someone that likes you, but not everybody that likes you, you like, and that's just really the real thing. I mean, you can go to a club and somebody picked you out and it's their boy you like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you sort of stuck, you know, with the one you don't like.
No.
You know, with the one you don't like, you know, because he is trying to monopolize all your attention. He's trying to monopolize all your attention, you know?
He is.
And
He
then,
would be.
yeah.
Yep.
And then his boy may feel like, oh, well, you know.
It is what it is.
It is, yeah. And so may not even come and try to talk to you because he already.
Now you're. Yep.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that happens a
Cock
lot.
blockers.
And I think it happens both ways.
Relay.
Right. And I think it happens both ways. I think there are men that, you know, go after women that don't like them, and they'll chase that woman again for the attraction. She's the most popular. Everybody want her. And especially when they're younger, they look for validation from their friends.
Mm-hmm.
So if she is the hot thing and they can even get her attention,
That's the trophy.
she's,
That's the trophy.
He's
Mhm.
elevated with it amongst his friends.
Mm-hmm. And that's sad because, you know, oftentimes we define ourselves by the person that we can get, you know. And I think men are just as guilty as women, you know. But women, we do that too, you know, especially if a woman with a certain mindset, you know, she want to keep her stats good, right? It's like you say, if I like a guy, I can get him, right? And so, you know, you get him even if he ain't no good, but that was the one that you saw that you liked, and so you got him, you know, so now your stats are good. But, you know, a question I have just back on you, because you said we was going to get some understanding. So you said, why do women go after the men that don't like them and ignore the one that likes them that's giving them all the attention? So if you are a man that a woman is ignoring, why do you keep giving her attention?
I don't.
But in a general sense, like that question came from somewhere.
But I'll dealt with women, like with women that literally would tell me they want to talk to me, or somebody else I know probably want to talk to them, and I don't give them the time of the day.
So
they want to keep giving me attention. I'm like, I don't.
But so do you know men? Because that question, where'd that question come from?
I
You
know
just
a lot of men that go through that.
and so why do they keep pursuing the woman then?
Because they could be simps, or they can just be slow.
Oh, they
Honestly.
slow.
Yeah.
So then you understand why the woman don't want them
But
because he's
honestly,
slow.
Me personally, I kind of understand that part.
What?
Why women would actually want to date somebody that it's kind of like a psychological thing. Like she said, somebody always wants somebody that they can't really have, or everybody want and everything. But some women like to lie and say they don't, or they love to say, "Oh, I like somebody that like me and want to treat me right," but then they keep going to that same. Can I cuss?
Mm-hmm.
They keep going to that same nigga that keep doing them bogus over and over. And I just seen that even with cousins of mine or people I grew up with. they keep dealing with the same BS, but claim they want somebody better.
So why is it that, you know, these men, right? You know, they spend all of the money on the chick that don't want them, and then there's a chick that come along that do want them, but then now he ain't, you know. Now he talking about she a gold digger when you just
But it depends.
you done blew your wad on the other chick.
It depends.
It
It
depends.
depends on who it is and who he talking about. Cause it's some good women out here, but it is some gold diggers out here for sure.
What it depends
But-
on.
Me personally, if I feel like I'm always giving, the one giving, nothing reciprocated, I'm gonna catch on quick, and then I'm cutting her off. I already know what she on. She probably broke. She probably needs some help. She got kids. She want me to help her. I'm good. I'm not playing stepdaddy. I'm good. I'm gonna move around. But you got simps in this world.
Now what is a simp? Because I really hate that new word.
A simp is kind of like somebody that's kind of desperate in a way. Like somebody, like you said, that validation. They probably haven't grown from that point of life, or they probably got some type of emotion about themselves. Finally coming to money. Some guys
So
never had a girlfriend
let's touch on this simp thing, because what's that dude named Russell?
Who?
Who married to Sierra?
Oh, Russell. Oh, he's a simp.
How is he a simp? That dude is the bomb. What you
He's a
talking
dude,
about?
but he's
He
a
a
simp.
good dude. How's he a simp? How is Russell Wilson a simp?
He's a simp. He's a simp.
I see all of these
got his
Because
way.
he more,
How's he a
he
simp?
more like a cornball simp. Like literally.
Russell the man, he got his way with Sierra.
Nah, I'm good.
He got whatever.
Nope.
So let me ask you this about Sierra. A lot of people will say
Uh-oh.
she been around the entertainment, dated everybody, and then she gets a child with Future. Then all of a sudden Russell rescues her. So a lot of people are saying he wasn't her type, and for a long time it was the bad boys
And
that
that's
was
why
her
I said I
type.
feel like he a simp.
That's why I figured
Because
that.
it's just like how you just go through all these like literally everybody she kind of dated was kind of like, you know, rough around the edges or whatever you want to call it. And then you get him just
Because you know what
But
happens?
But then that goes back to what you just said. If you go back and say that if women keep saying that I feel this and that, but then they keep getting the same thing. So if she realized that she was going through the same, and realized that she wanted better and that better was out there for her and that she chose better, how is he a simp? That's a match made in heaven. That's yin and yang. She keeps clashing with whatever she's had in the past. So when she finally matches, now he's a simp because he's perfectionist. He understands how to treat a woman. He understands, and she doesn't have to tell him. She doesn't have to be violent. She can honestly be herself. How is that a simp when she can be a woman in her natural form and he can be a man?
because he's corny.
That man is not desperate.
Listen.
You said
I'm
Simps is
being
desperate.
honest.
That man is not
Because
desperate.
I'm not a cornball, but I know how to treat.
so
I
what
know how
makes
to
you-
treat a
so
woman.
what makes him
a
corny?
corn?
Yeah, what makes him corny?
So it's his whole demeanor.
In unison.
Even his hair is just corny. Like,
No. We're
Like-
gonna need some more. We're gonna need
no,
elaboration.
I'm not even gonna joke, but like it's his whole demeanor. Like he's a cornball.
What about the demeanor makes him a cornball? What about your
How can I
demeanor?
say-
What about your demeanor not makes you a cornball?
So for example, break
it down.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Break it down for me.
Perfect example.
Because what are you? You are
So
a real
like-
man.
Yeah.
So what makes you?
Don't get me wrong. He's
okay,
a real
wait.
man too.
Okay, so what makes you not
But-
a simp?
He's a simp off the case where I feel like if I'm dealing with somebody kids and stuff like that, and I know the father may be in his life, he may not be around because he's a celebrity in that case type of situation.
But he got
Right.
tons of kids.
like,
he's
but he
not
got a
around.
lot. Yeah,
Send me a
he got a
simp.
lot of kids. He does have a lot of kids.
Let me explain this up.
But- I feel like I've been a stepfather before, but I also feel like I'm not gonna overstep my role if it's not my child. And if I feel like that father is around, I'm gonna let him be the father. I'm not gonna, oh, you mine now, like you my
Future
son.
was
Okay,
not
wait, but
around.
pause though. As
Yeah.
a stepfather that's literally 100% becoming a primary parent, what is overstepping your boundaries?
That's before he became that. He was overstepping.
You don't even live in that house. You don't know what
Before
goes
what
on.
I've seen from the outside, I
Right,
feel
you-
like he was overstepping.
He was overstepping because
He was-
he
was-
he was overstepping because he was taking on the role of a father because the child's actual father wasn't doing it.
It really wasn't
And he-
overstepping.
and
It
he-
was
and he
filling
wasn't.
in. It was
And he-
filling in.
But we don't know that either.
You do, because you know so much. You got your goddamn degree. Yeah, from what you know. What you know.
But from what I feel,
from what you feel.
Oh, he got something from within. Here we go again.
Yeah.
You feel it on yourself.
Now we going.
How you
overstep.
feeling?
But he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He is a good man. Like, anybody take over somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel from the situation that I've seen.
From what you said, anybody that takes over responsibility of a person who did not put that person here, it's nothing but a but after that.
When they married.
It's nothing but a but after
gotta
that.
be married.
You don't have to be married. If a person steps in and do a job that they were not put on this earth to do, even if you don't have a kid, if you have 2 kids and you have an additional 2, 3, whatever you come into the relationship for, if you treat them children like they're your own and provide for them and become their literally primary parent, there's no but after that.
You gotta be married.
There's
What?
I gotta
no
be
but
married.
after that.
Because you never know.
He is married.
I gotta be
Individual.
married. No,
He
I'm
is
saying
married.
before they weren't married and he was stepping up.
But
like
he
that.
wanted to marry
I
her.
can't do that.
He was the.
That was the goal.
Okay.
That's you.
But that's why I feel like he is him.
Because
Okay.
So you
Can't do
won't.
it.
So how long do you? How
You gotta
long would
be
you
there.
ideally date before you
Before I
talk
get
about
married?
marriage?
It
Because
gotta
now,
be at least 2 years.
so now you would go 2 years.
At least.
What? Now you would go 2 years without providing or acting solely as their parent, as if you're trying to be, and then after the marriage, you would
I'll
so
do
be
it.
the man. You
I'll
would
do
pick
it,
him
but
up
I
for
would-
practice. You would,
I'll do all that, but I'm not gonna say like I'm your father. Like
nobody's
you gotta
asking
know
you to
that's
say
your
that. Nobody's
whoever else
asking-
is
But
your
he
father.
never,
Nobody's
he didn't say I'm
No,
your father.
he never said
acted
that.
as though he was the father because the father was not doing what he was supposed to do.
But he
and
never
hadn't
asked for
done what
it.
he was supposed to do with his
So
other
should the
kids.
kid just suffer? Should he just let the kid suffer?
I ain't gonna say something, but you gonna know I'm not your dad. I just want you to know that I'm not your dad.
So
you know your dad.
at that point, you gonna let him know you're
I'm-
not
I'm
his
here-
dad.
I'm here for
But
you,
then
though.
once you marry the woman
I'm gonna
and
be
you're
here
in the
for that
household all the time, he can't call you dad.
No, don't call me dad. Only rock because see, I have a son, so I feel like if my son's mother get involved with somebody, she get married, he's not gonna be calling him dad.
But that's because you're an active father. We're
Well,
talking
yeah.
about a father that's not
I still-
active,
I still
and you're
feel
playing
like-
that role.
'cause you never know.
Does
that's-
that young man deserve to have a father in his life, active, that
Yeah.
loves him and shows him that? Or are you so in your pride and ego that you cannot give to that young boy and raise him like
He
that?
can, but I feel like
And
if he's
not only
gonna
that-
So he got to walk around the house and everybody else
No,
call
he
you
can't-
dad.
call him-
Exactly. Everybody
he can
else is
call
calling
him
him dad.
his
calling
name.
him dad, and
He
he
can
gotta
call
go.
him his
Hey,
name.
Russ. Hey, bro. Hey,
Not
Russ.
no, he can call him his name, but he's not calling him dad. I can't
You know
do
what?
it.
A part of that
can't
is
do it.
ego, because
I can't.
I understand you have a child. I understand. My ex-husband was very overprotective of his boys, so I understood that, and my guy understood because I guess they're similar, but. So they look at him and they call him their stepfather.
Yeah.
Right?
You can say that, but like
But-
you know, yeah, stepfather, cool.
But a lot of it, and my ex-husband realized this, a lot of it had to do with ego.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't trying to share. Because on the flip side, I allowed my kids to get close to his wife, their stepmom, they can call her, I didn't make a choice. Because I already knew I was the mother, right?
Right.
I already knew who I was.
And they know you
I
the
knew-
mother.
And I knew who I was to them. But I didn't make a choice and make them, oh, you better not be calling her so they call her Mama E or Mom E or they call her Mom. I don't make that choice because I feel like a child is not going to do it unless they're comfortable with that.
I was
And
just
I
gonna say,
also-
do you think
and
the
I
kids
also-
need that?
Huh?
Because I was just gonna say, do you think the kids need that? Some of the kids need that
True.
to be able to
It take
call
a village.
somebody
It take a village. for
dad or mom. I have a stepsister who really gravitated towards my mom, and she called her mama. She still to this day, even her dad and my mom aren't together anymore. She's still like, you know, yeah, that's her mama. And a long time, I was like, baby,
sure. Nah, this ain't your mom.
that's my mom.
You know what? See, and the reason I brought up Sierra and Russell was because I have read and I really hate that word simp because it's like a judgment, you know. And if I know for a fact that there's a lot of people that sit behind the keyboards at home and they say all kind of stuff, and they sitting on the air mattress on the floor behind the keyboard calling somebody else a simp that's making millions of dollars living his best life with the woman that he want to have. right? And so I just don't understand how the average American man, that I think they said the average American black man makes $47,100 a year, okay? And this man is making some millions of dollars a year. I don't even understand how you can look at that dude and call him anything. You should really just be quiet. He is not a simp.
But money don't change you.
Listen, but what it takes to get that money builds you. That does change you. You don't just wake up and get, unless you win the lottery, and still you had to have enough money to go buy a ticket. But getting to be a millionaire, and he's in sports, that took a lot of discipline. That took time. And how many of these people sitting around calling him a simp have that kind of discipline while they sitting on their air mattress on the floor?
That is true.
Typing bull crap on the internet.
That's true.
Yeah, that man ain't no simp. You know.
He's still the simp.
You know, that man ain't no simp. How we doing on time? We still good?
Is being a simp a bad thing, though?
It depends. Because you can be a simp for the right person, too. Or
Why
can
you
simp
gotta
for the
be a
wrong person.
simp? Why do y'all have to call other men names?
Because I feel like a lot of men just don't take the time to even, you know, some people get extra excited just for dealing with a woman. Like,
No, you know what that reminds me of? Every time I hear a man call another man a simp, it reminds me of, you know, how some women be like, look at that bitch. It's kind of that whole, that whole mentality, like that whole hater thing. Like, why are y'all hating
it ain't that.
on each other?
It ain't that.
That's a man that's making different choices.
Dude, but he just a simp. He just get used.
I really wish y'all would get rid of that word. Just like I wish women would get rid of, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's Bish.
Bish.
Yeah. The hell? And so I didn't know what it was, and I looked it up. You know me, I'm literal. I looked it up. Bish means a mistake. And that's what they making using that damn word. What you got for us?
Okay. First, Aaron, I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
First one, with your future wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you want your son to look at her as a mother figure or no?
A mother figure, yeah. Not his mother, of course.
Okay, but
yeah.
how would you want your son to address her?
He got to. I feel like every child has to respect an adult off the gate. I don't care if you like her or not, because this is who I'm dealing with.
How should he address her?
Oh, it's like as far as the name and everything.
Yeah.
It can be whatever her name is. I feel like he's supposed to say Miss so and so, or if we married, then you can be like, oh, that's my stepmom.
But if he's okay.
But how does he address her directly to her?
He gonna say, hey, stepmom.
He can say stepmom, or he can say her name like Miss so and so, whatever the case.
That's very weird. That's not family. That's not family.
I've been around my ex and he called her by her name.
So what?
Like no mama, none of that.
What if he just dealing with her, or interacting with her, whatever? It's just flat out mom.
I'm like, no, come here. Now I'll explain to him like, you know who your mom is.
He do know who his mom is.
He can't control how he feel though.
Especially as a kid. Especially as a kid. You put
And what you're doing in that household is you're
Alienating.
You're separating him.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep. You're causing separation in your own home.
Separating in a home.
So you want, listen, if I marry a man and his kids want to call me mom, and he tell them to call me Xavia, I'll be like, nigga, that boy is 6. He better not call me Xavia.
He gotta say Miss. That's why he have to say Miss. Like I don't want to, but he can say Miss.
Miss is like strangers call you that.
That's formal.
No, it's not.
Y'all, yes, that is.
If I see somebody like in the dark where I know and I respect him, I'm not gonna say, hey, Xavier. Like I'll say, hey, how you doing, Mrs. Xavier? Or I might say mama off the gate because like a mama figure or whatever. But
you can say it, but he can't say it. Oh my goodness.
You're contradicting.
That's wild.
Yes, because I'm not dating her.
You got one more?
I'm not dating nobody else.
Go ahead, one more. Come on.
And my second question was about the simp thing, right?
Okay.
Who's to say? Well, obviously so, but who's to say when Russell first got with Sierra, right? And they started dealing and doing whatever they was doing, right? He didn't see something in her to make him do what he do and been doing. Then like, you know what? I don't care about none of whatever. This is what it's gonna be. And this is what we working towards, and this is what we gonna make happen. And now you have, he did that and doing it, but then now it's all, because everybody gonna have an opinion about it anyway.
True.
But my point is, what's wrong with that? Because it's a lot of times people see something within you that you don't even see in yourself.
Now, ain't nothing wrong with that.
So
At all.
And what I'm saying is, since we're speaking on celebrities, Future didn't see whatever he didn't see, but Russell did, and he moved forward on that. So how is he wrong? How does that make him a simp?
Why is it wrong for
your 2 minutes is
everybody
up.
to do what needs to be done to be happy?
Like I said, I feel like it's more of a cornball. Like, a simp is a cornball. So I feel like a lot of stuff he did was kind of like, maybe he should have spoke with Future. I don't know what Future did. I can't speak for Future. I can't
Spoke
speak
with
I
Future
can't-
about
yeah,
what?
Because if you about to be about
What
my
would he-
child,
what-
I
it
mean,
don't
and then
matter.
I know me
The
too.
man don't
Everybody
even
happy.
be around his
And it's a
own
problem.
child. What would we be
But see,
speaking
that's
Wife
about?
happy.
because
Baby
I really
happy.
be around my child.
happy.
But you,
It's a problem.
But then,
How?
but it's, But
Future
you
don't
don't-
even be around his own kids, so what would we need to talk about?
but that's a whole nother. He a whole nother type of person. He a whole celebrity. She's a
It
celebrity.
don't matter. He's
He
a
a
parent.
celebrity.
We don't go. You putting layers onto it. Bottom line, it don't matter if you was Moses, Caesar. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you was Beyonce, if you was Jay-Z, if you was me, if you was a bum. If you created a child, you are a
gotta
parent. It
be
don't
there,
matter about
yeah.
the status. You layering. You putting layers on. It don't matter about. As a father, he is not there for his child. You talking about rapper this, what does that matter? At the end of the day, your child is 6 months old. He don't know that his dad is a rapper and he can't be there for him. He don't know that. So why do you keep laying? At the end of the day, it don't matter who you are. Like I said, whoever you are, you still have to take care of your child. Bottom line. Now, who you are may cover and over expense how you take care of your child and how you raise your child. But at the end of the day, you're still a parent, no matter what you are, what job you have, who you are as an individual. You still have a responsibility. It don't matter about who you are. So bottom line is, what would we be talking to Future about if he don't even be there for his own kid? If he was there for his own kid, he would be there for the conversation.
And if he was there for his child, they would have had a conversation.
He would be there.
They would have had a conversation because he would have been
You
around.
wouldn't be needing to call. You wouldn't be needing to fine because he would be there.
That makes sense.
All right,
I still
come
feel
on.
like he's a- but he was there, though.
Let's let our audience member ask the question. We have a question.
Yeah, well, it was more of a comment. I know
Okay.
we have sort of left this topic, but to your original question about like why people kind of chase things that, or chase people that basically don't want them back. I guess my thought was that everything that you guys said, but also I think people tend to chase the kind of love they think they deserve. And so I feel like it's also kind of part of like their own personal confidence, and maybe chasing situations that kind of like reinforce any sort of like trauma wound they have or something like that. So anyways, that was what I had to add to the conversation. And I'm enjoying this. Okay.
Thank you for that. We're glad you're enjoying
Your
it.
top. Oh
Absolutely.
my God, it's so beautiful.
That is a cute top. So I wanted to say one more thing, and I know we're getting close to the end. There's another thing to this. As you get older, you know, like Sierra may have been dating the thugs and stuff, you know, when she was younger. But as you get older and you experience different things, you know, we are a culmination of our life experiences. So as you get older, you start to like different things. You might like to be treated a different way. You find that this is not the way I want to be treated. I want to be treated a different way. And you know, I know it might sound weird to you now, but sometimes what you're attracted to actually changes. You know, my husband was light-skinned with curly hair. Now I like the tall, dark chocolate bald guys. I don't know how that happened, right? But sometimes what you're attracted to even changes over time, you know? So that could have played a role in Sierra. So I don't think that he was a simp because he's a very successful black man. And I think that young black men need to stick together a little bit too and stop calling each other names. When somebody trying to do the right
I
thing,
think you could learn from him.
he trying to do the right thing.
Why can't all men do that? Like,
he a
do
good
what
guy.
needs to be done.
Don't get me
Like,
wrong, he a good dude. I can tell.
do what I like.
But like,
I think you could
Cater
learn.
to me. It's
Whatever
just Russell's doing.
Right.
Y'all do that.
We all want to wrestle. I want to wrestle. Are there any Russells
Maybe.
out there?
Y'all take notes from Russell.
What I will say is that I think when some men are very active parents, they do feel the same way you do about they don't want their child calling somebody else a parent like mom or dad, because in their mind, I'm your mama, I'm your daddy.
Yep.
But I think there's a maturity level that comes if somebody comes into your life or the other person's life and they are significant and they treat your kids good, because your kids ain't gonna just want to call somebody mama or daddy just cause that has a lot to do how they're treated. And yeah, it has a lot to do with their treatment. And just like with my kids, I didn't make my kids call the other person this, that, and other things. It naturally happened. And when it naturally happened,
not all
it's
kids do
because
that.
Yeah,
Not all kids want to do that. Because me, I've had steps, and I'm like, baby,
Right.
my mama.
You still gonna be a step, right? You gonna be a
ain't my
step.
daddy.
Right. A lot of it has to do with what that combination is, or what that connection is, and how they treat that child. And if they're not treating that child good, listen, it's gonna be forced. You get what I'm saying? So you want your child to be comfortable with whoever your ex gets with, that they would even think
To call him that.
Right.
Not that they do, but that
or
they
that's a
would even
good
think.
chick.
Because
And you want them to feel like they are in a loving family situation.
I can't help. No, I get what
And you
saying.
know what? And I'm gonna throw this in because I know the bell is probably about to go off. But you know, part of leadership, which you know, men always talking about their leaders, but part of leadership is being able to make a decision not based on yourself, but on something that is better for someone else outside of yourself. You can't lead somebody just based on what's good for you. You got to make decisions based on the team, on the family, on whoever you lead. So
It's for the kids at the end.
it's for the kids, and if they come, like co-host Paige keeps saying, if the kid is comfortable enough, because kids don't like nobody but their parents.
Yeah, they really do.
I didn't call nobody else mama until I was 30, 40 something, and she's sitting right over there. I'm glad she finally made it to the show. That's the only person other than my mama that I've ever called mama, right? So kids don't just call anybody and everybody mama. You know, it's got to be a connection. It's got to be something other than, you know, that's it. So I know that.
Are you ready? It's that show. It's that show you've heard about.